What can be done about a place like Detroit, since it's so broke that often no one comes if you call 911? Some people there are finally ready to try new ideas, as this owner of a Detroit bar puts it.
Let's look at it with an open mind. Nothing else has worked. Really, we need some new ideas.
Here's a new idea. Take this island in the Detroit River, Belle Isle. It's now a park, and make it into a limited government paradise.
Belle Isle would have no need for taxes on income, on investment, or estates, making it a magnet for capital.
29 years later, Belle Isle has become the Midwest tiger, rivaling Hong Kong and Singapore.
Wait a second, we're ahead of ourselves, talking about 29 years later. That's speculation. The video was made by real estate developer Lockwood. So, Rod, what do you want to do?
Well, I think the Belle Isle can be an opportunity for Detroit to once again regain its stature as a world-class city. The vision there is to, for us, we have an investment group to buy the island for $1 billion from the city of Detroit and to apply for commonwealth status from the federal government, similar to what Northern Mariana Islands enjoy or Puerto Rico. And then over a period of time...
In commonwealth, you have freedom to try new rules,
yes,
different rules.
Right. We'd have our own laws and government and taxation. We'd be business friendly. We try to model ourselves after Singapore, which has been a great success story. During the period of time that Detroit has gone from 2 million people down to 700,000 people, from 1950 to the present, Singapore has gone from 1 million people to 4 million people. So they're doing something right. So we would be business friendly. We would have some taxation principles which would make us very, very competitive. Number one is we would not tax anything we want to encourage. And number two, taxes have to be transparent to the taxpayer.
So you don't want to tax anything you want to encourage. You don't tax investment.
We don't tax investment. We don't tax labor income.
You do tax
consumption, perhaps a 10% consumption tax. And the primary tax would be a real estate tax, but it would only be on the raw land value of the property owner, not upon the improvements that that person puts on their land.
And you'd have to speak English to come to your community and bring in $300,000 to be a citizen.
However, we would have a process for having other people come, and we would waive the fee.
Why would you waive the fee?
Well, if they bring a special skill or they bring a burning desire to be free and make a case.
Do you really have serious investors who are...
Yes. Yep.
All right, well, plenty of people's response to this is, are you kidding me?
Finally, a consequence-free paradise for rich Americans. So thank you, Lockwood, for showing the people of Detroit that when life gives you lemons, you take the lemons to your own island so you don't have to share any of the lemonade.
Your own island where you keep the lemonade. How does this benefit the poor people of Detroit?
A tremendous amount of capital is going to come in. People are not going to just sit there on their capital on the island. They are going to invest it nearby, and that will bring Detroit back because people will invest in Detroit.
Now, you wrote a book to try to explain this to people. It's titled Belle Isle, Detroit's Game Changer, which you hope it will be. The New York Times, I'm not surprised, sneered at you. A writer said, the book has the hero landing on the rooftop helipad of the 57-story hotel. It makes the entire scheme very easy to mock as objectivist fan fiction. Objectivist referring to Ayn Rand, and you are a fan of hers.
Yes, I am.
You talk about having $1 billion trying to buy this from the city. I would think a broke city would jump at that. But politicians often surprise me. Detroit City Council members, some of whom helped bankrupt the city, don't want to give up much of anything. When Michigan's governor offered to have the state take over Belle Isle Park, since Detroit can't even afford to maintain it, local politicians screamed.
You may not take over Belle Isle. You may not take. It's not for sale. It's not for lease. It's not for giveaway. It's not for loan. It belongs to the people.
Belongs to the people, not to you.
This will create a lot of jobs and a lot of opportunity. Right now, Detroiters don't have any hope for the future. This would create that hope.
This could save Detroit just by bringing in new ideas and people and money.
I believe so. It would be our Singapore, or as Hong Kong is to China.
Well, I wish you luck. Thank you, Lockwood.